Today we're taking a look at the Philadelphia 76ers versus New Orleans Pelicans match, which is happening on Friday, April 9, 2021 at 8:05 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Time is running out for the New Orleans Pelicans to make a playoff run. They need to string together some wins if they want to be playing in the postseason. But it will have to start with one of the best teams in the NBA, the Philadelphia 76ers, who they face Friday. The Pelicans are 22-29, 11th in the Western Conference, while the Sixers are 35-16, second in the Eastern Conference. The Sixers have won 4 straight over the Pelicans, but they have not played this year. Can the Pelicans get it going? Philly looks like a completely different team whenever Joel Embiid is on the floor. The team's star big man was a one-man cavalry following their recent loss at home to the Memphis Grizzlies. He imposed his will on the floor in a 35-point performance to help the Sixers bounce back with a signature win over the Boston Celtics on the road. The Philadelphia 76ers look for a win after splitting their last 6 games. The Philadelphia 76ers are averaging 114 points on 47.7% shooting and allowing 109 points on 45.2% shooting. Joel Embiid is averaging 29.9 points and 11.2 rebounds, while Tobias Harris is averaging 20.5 points and 3.6 assists. Ben Simmons is the third double-digit scorer and Shake Milton is dishing 3 assists. The Philadelphia 76ers are shooting 36.8% from beyond the arc and 77% from the free throw line. The Philadelphia 76ers are allowing 36.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 46 rebounds per game. The Sixers will be the one team no one wants to face in the postseason if Embiid stays healthy. He'll try to add on a second straight victory in Friday's road visit to the play against the Pelicans. This will be the first time these two teams have met this season, and the Pelicans might wish it was their last if they continued to stink defensively. They have allowed an average 50.6% shooting in their last 3 games. That doesn't bode well when they're slated to have the league's 10th ranked scoring offense breathing down their neck in a head-to-head meeting. And the Sixers can also play defense. The long list of injuries has left the Pelicans limited on the offensive end of the floor, which was one of the few strength areas for the team. Along with rebounding, they ranked top 10 in average points scored per game. However, the elite two-way talent alone with guys like Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Ben Simmons on the roster is a big reason why the Sixers still remain favorites on the road. The Pelicans aren't playing well at the moment and come into this game on a 2-game losing streak. They will try to snap their streak with a win over the 76ers, which will give them their second win in their last 6 games. Eric Bledsoe stepped up with 26 points, but it was far too little. Zion Williamson had an off night with 16 points, while Lonzo Ball added 15 points. New pickup Isaiah Thomas had another good game off the bench with 11 points, while Jackson Hayes also had 11 points. The Pelicans only shot 42% and made just 6 of 27 from 3-point range. Ingram is questionable for this game, as is Hayes. Josh Hart and Nickeil Alexander-Walker are out indefinitely. New Orleans is one of the best offensive teams in the league, averaging 114.9 points per game. They finished with 111 points in their last game, making 42.7% of their field goals and 22.2% of their three-pointers. Eric Bledsoe led the way for New Orleans with 26 points and 5 rebounds. Zion Williamson finished with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Lonzo Ball added 15 points and 3 assists for the Pelicans. New Orleans is one of the worst defensive teams in the league, giving up 115.1 points per game. They gave up 139 points in their last game and will need a significantly better performance if they want to get the win. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. When fully healthy, the Sixers have one of the best rosters in the NBA. They have an MVP candidate in Embiid, and they have their own version of a big three with Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. They also have some shooters in Seth Curry and Danny Green, and a strong bench led by Shake Milton, Dwight Howard, Furkan Korkmaz, and others. Even if the stars aligned and everyone returned for the Pelicans, it still wouldn't solve their defense problem. Only the Portland Trail Blazers and Sacramento Kings have been worse defensively this season. Yes, the sky is falling in New Orleans, and there's no stopping it when the team hasn't shown the ability to stop anything. You can forget about beating the Sixers when they're allowed to run up the scoreboard. Imagine competing in a shootout with one of the best defensive teams in basketball. That mountain is too steep of a climb for the Pelicans. Embiid is about to make life difficult on Zion Williamson and a Pelicans team that's used to dominating on the glass. This all-around mismatch will end in a knockout. New Orleans is still hanging on by a thread to an elite rebounding rate, but with Hart out, I'm not sold that they'll keep dominating there, particularly against good rebounding teams. All the Sixers have done is rank third in the NBA with a 52.1% rebounding rate, and Embiid himself has added a 1.3% bump when he's been on the floor. I'm a big fan of Philly tonight simply because they have someone who can give Adams a game down low. Embiid should be able to find a way through on offense and compete for boards, which could turn the tables significantly in its favor. The Pelicans' defense has also been bad enough to the point where the Sixers should probably be able to keep scoring while Embiid's on the bench, which, in conjunction with a stout defense, should be more than enough to build a lead of 15 or more through 3 quarters. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Philadelphia 76ers minus 7.5. The New Orleans Pelicans have cooled off recently with 4 losses in their last 5 games, and they will be hoping to snap a 2-game skid after getting routed by the Nets in a 139-111 road loss on Wednesday. Eric Bledsoe led the team with 26 points on 9 of 17 shooting. Zion Williamson added 16 points with 6 assists, while Lonzo Ball chipped in with 15 points on 6 of 11 shooting. Looking at the betting trends, the 76ers are 7-1 ATS in their last 10 road games, 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games against a team with a losing record, and 11-5-1 ATS in their last 17 games overall. The Pelicans are 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games following a loss of more than 10 points. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.